investing in your health, your hobbies, your experiences in travel, stuff like that, your business, you're going to set yourself up for long-term success. What's going on, deal makers? I hope you're having a fantastic day today. I just wanted to ask you a quick question, and that is, did you know that real estate is actually not the best investment? Might come as a shock, but it's true, and I'll explain why. Now, just to preface, this really is more for the younger deal makers like myself, because obviously at a certain point, real estate is going to be the best investment for you, but that might not be just right now if you're younger. Now, I'm kind of just gonna dive into it and tell you that the best investment you can make as a young person is into yourself. It's kind of hard to quantify that because real estate is like I can put $100 into real estate, or I can put $100 into myself. Like, what does that really mean? As a young person, you have a lot of room to grow. Because you're so young, you have years and years ahead of you, like I do, where you can say, okay, for the next 10 years, I can do nothing but just learn, and you'd probably still be ahead of everyone else your age. So by investing in your health, your hobbies, your experiences in travel, stuff like that, your business, you're going to set yourself up for long-term success compared to just putting all of your money right now into real estate. Because chances are, if you're younger, you probably don't have $10 million to put into real estate. So it makes more sense to put the money that you do have into something that will give you better returns, like yourself. The payoff on something like education is so much higher than it is with real estate because it unlocks so many more opportunities. By constantly committing to educating yourself, you unlock new ways to tackle problems, which can bring lots of monetary gain and even non-monetary gain, but that's obviously way harder to quantify once again. You also have to have fun. So even though you might love doing real estate, it's also good to have something else so that you can not just 24/7 be on real estate in your mind. Have some hobbies. Mine are like trail biking or sailing more recently. So go get something like that, and maybe you invest a little bit of money into that. Invest time. I didn't really mention this yet, but time is almost a bigger investment than money. And so if you don't have a lot of money, don't think, well, oh, I can't invest anything into myself. You can invest time into yourself in whatever aspect you want. Another really important aspect of yourself that you want to invest in is your health. Once again, can be monetary or non-monetary investment. But think about it. If you don't have your health, all the money in the world will not save you, and you won't be able to enjoy what you've done with the rest of your life. So if you make a lot of money, but you're sick permanently, that's gonna suck, and you don't want that. So invest in your health, both time-wise and monetary. And I'd say the last major area of investment is your business. If you're starting a business, don't be scared to put money and time into that. I'm starting my business right now, trying to get into real estate syndication. And believe me, I've had to spend money that I was a little bit scared to spend because, you know, it's more money than I've ever spent before. But knowing that by committing my money to the business, I'm also putting in a bigger commitment to the business as, you know, in my brain. By thinking, okay, I'm going to be committed to this and I'm going to see it through, it makes you way more committed. Now, you can say, you know, invest in education, health, hobbies, your business, but what's something more specific that's instead of just those vague categories? Well, I'd say that in the education department, you can be looking at courses, books, podcasts, which are pretty much always free, so that's just a time investment. Mentorships. Speaking of mentorships, if you want a really fantastic mentorship that I myself am a part of, go to themichaelblanc.com/mentor. I've been paired up for the past 4 or so months with a professional syndicator, and it has made the process so much easier. There are so many questions that I can ask my mentor that I don't have to scour Google for, and there's just a lot of things that have been made easier because I've decided to put the money in and go for a mentorship. For hobbies, I mean, this is totally up to you. Maybe you like travel, then set aside a budget and just travel whenever you can. If you're like me, I've recently come into sailing, and that's, you know, I have friends with boats, so it's kind of cheap for me, which is cool. Or biking like I do. Biking is not that expensive. You just get a bike and go. You might be into fishing. You might be into shooting. Go find something that you really love doing that doesn't take any brain power. It doesn't take like analysis power. Real estate, you constantly have to be thinking about analysis and stuff like that. Find something that's a hobby that doesn't require any of that. If we're talking health, this is probably going to be more on the physical side than putting money into it. So you're going to want to exercise. You're going to want to eat really good, because by doing that, you're setting yourself up so that long term, you're there when the rest of your life is successful. You make a lot of money, like I already said, but you're sick as a dog, it's not gonna be really great. And in the last area, your business, there's a couple different investments that you might wanna make that will make you more successful or make your job easier. One of those maybe being a virtual assistant. Virtual assistants are very helpful, and once you train them, they can do a lot of the tasks that you shouldn't really have to do as a business owner. Obviously, when you're starting a business, it can be kind of daunting to hire someone on, but for a couple $100 a month, you can get someone to take away a lot of the major responsibilities that are kind of just repetitive manual entry work. This could also take the form of advertising, marketing, your website, your brand. Those are things you want to invest in if you're trying to grow your business, because your brand is a very important part of your business. Now, I've kind of already mentioned that investing in yourself is a little bit less tangible than something like real estate or the stock market, but it's kind of easy once you get the hang of it. And you can't be scared to take the leap. A lot of these things will require some major investment, both on the time side and the money side. But if you don't commit to investing in yourself, how are you going to grow? You have to grow to get better at things. Out of all the things I mentioned though, the best investment you can possibly make is just watching these videos. They're totally free. There's tons of content on real estate if you're into that, which you probably are if you're watching these videos anyway. So make sure you just subscribe. It's the easiest thing you can do. Plus, if you want to see more of this content, make sure you like the video because it lets the algorithm know that you want more content, which works out good for you, it works out good for us, it works out good for everybody. So do that. Also, if you have any video ideas or questions or comments or concerns, anything like that, make sure you leave it in the comments because we answer and look at every single comment that comes through so that we can come up with new video topics, because most of my topics that I talk on are actually things that you wanted to know already, which is really cool. So make sure you do that. If there's anything else you want, any other resources, you can find tons and tons of free and paid resources at themichaelblanc.com. So make sure you go check those out because there's tons of stuff that we have for you because we want to educate you. That's our biggest goal out of everything here. With that said, I'm gonna go, but I hope you had a great day and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much.